With Game of Thrones just being mere weeks away, I thought I'd just like to go over the top 10 moments I had from the first 5 series. If you're not caught up to season 5, then spoilers ahead. Okay, let's get into this. Number 10. The birth of the VAG Monster, or VAG Demon, or Shadow Demon. It showed us that the Red Priestess and the Lord of Light actually had some real power. It was quite shocking and unexpected, and it's coined the term VAG Monster. I mean, it has to be on the list somewhere, just for that. It's not only the night that's dark and full of terrors. We get to see actual magic, the introduction of magic. I think that scene will be etched in my memory for life. Number 9. Arya and the Hound, and their fight with the Lannister men at the bar. This scene was just amazing. First you get all the talk about chickens and is it worth dying for a chicken? Somebody's gonna die for that chicken, and a lot of people died for that chicken. But you also get a hell of a fight scene. The Hound just taking down people. Arya standing back at the beginning. As soon as she sees the Hound in trouble, she gets involved. Slowly inserts a sword into one guy, and then slashes the leg of the other, who just happened to be Poliver, the one who killed her friend Lummy and took Needle. So she got to have revenge, and she used the same speech that he gave to Lummy. So I think this is a moment of just badassery for both Hound and Arya. She just looked cold and dead-eyed. She's killed a boy and a man prior to this. The boy by accident, the man on the side of King's Road, the one who was bragging about killing Rob and sewing the dire wolf to his head, in a fit of emotion. But this was just like cold, stone cold killer. Number 8. Tyrion, Bronn, lighting the wildfire at the Battle of Blackwater Bay. Visually, it was masterful. It did not look like a sequence from a TV show at all. It looked very cinematic. The whole episode was just tense. For somebody who hadn't read the book, it was interesting to see what Tyrion's plan was. You had Joffrey whining like a little bitch behind the wall. Everything just goes silent when that lit arrow flies overhead. It was truly just a Game of Thrones epic moment. Number 7. Death of Jon Snow. It was a tough watch. I feel like they were building up to this. All the signs were there. The little kid, Alistair Thorne, Sam not being there, Gwen and Pip dead. I just felt, even though I knew it was coming, I felt there was foreshadowing about this, so it's less shocking, but that doesn't take away from just the impact it had watching it. Number 6. Dany gets her dragons. A fantasy show, we need dragons. Promise of dragons, and we finally get it with the death of the badass Khal Drogo. What better to replace him with than 3 badass dragons? The whole scene of her walking into the fire, we kind of knew that she wouldn't be harmed. There were signs like going into the scalding bath and touching the boiling eggs beforehand. She can't feel heat at least, but this confirms that fire does not kill her. She has the blood of the dragon. She kills the witch, or burns the witch, cremates her husband, hatches eggs, all at the same time. And then just the scene and the music of when she gets up. A real iconic scene, and that image I think has been used all over as posters, wallpapers, whatever. It sells the show. Number 5. The scene at Hardhome. Holy shit. Just describes that whole sequence. You get to see how powerful the White Walkers are, just how terrifying and quickly they can just all of a sudden appear and just kill everybody. We get to see Valyrian steel hold its own against a White Walker's weapon and not explode. Jon gets to kill White Walker. He joins the club with Sam. But just the Night's King walking with his arms open, just like facing the dead, but it also like a taunt. Like, that's it. That's all you got. Or just an awesome scene. We actually get to see the threat of the White Walkers. I think it's the first time we actually get to see how much shit everyone's in, basically. Get those dragons down there. Number 4. The Mountain vs. the Red Viper. Oh man, that was brutal. That whole episode just building up. Well, actually, the fight sequence between them two plus Tyrion's trial. That was just so dramatic. You just feel like the whole world is against Tyrion and nothing he could do. Jaime stepping in, getting a deal with Tywin, but then Shay tipped Tyrion over the edge. And then trial by combat. What a fight. Oberyn going all ninja wushu on Sir Gregor Clegane. If you're big and in a massive armor with a huge sword, you're gonna be slow, and then Oberyn just flying around like a fly. Great. He had it won. Just a little bit too much. Should have just finished it. Should have been satisfied. The thought of killing him, but needed to showboat. Needed to just get the mountain to admit it. He turned his back and the mountain just clocked him. And then heads exploded. Literally. But that is probably the most memorable death. Number 3. Okay, we're in the top 3. I think these 3 are super interchangeable. But for number 3, I go with the Purple Wedding. The death of the little shit Joffrey Baratheon. This is probably the most satisfying death. I didn't feel any sorrow towards the character at all. Maybe that he suffered a bit longer would have made it higher on the list, but there's a limit. What a death. Number 2. Okay. The infamous Season 3, Episode 9, Reigns of Castamere, The Red Wedding. Holy shit. This can obviously be number 1. I think for a lot of people this would be number 1. Robb was there, Catelyn was there, Talisa was there. Although not in the books, but it doesn't matter because the show made us close to them two as a couple. Just being happy again. Catelyn was accepting Talisa. Just the whole build up. Everything was going so well for Robb. But then you get Theon sacking Winterfell. The Karstark walking away because of what Lord Karstark did. Catelyn, his own mother, releasing Jaime. And then this. Even though I knew it was coming, I think just more brutal. The stabbing of the unborn baby, the music, Robb being stabbed by the Bolton bastard. Well, not the bastard, but he is a bastard still. Catelyn just screaming and being her neck sliced open. That scene was just well done. Set up so well. Everything was going so good in that wedding. Everyone having fun. Robb was laughing, and then just the door shut. The music changed. Catelyn looked, the actress, I can't remember the name, just that look of realization, and just, that line, the Lannister son, though, regards, sent shivers down my spine. Okay, before I reveal number 1, I'd like to mention a couple of scenes that just missed out on the list. For me, any scene with Varys, Littlefinger, Lady Olenna, or Tywin, Tyrion, when they're just having a normal discussion, what they're talking about is just so engaging and intriguing. It's so good. Of course, there's so many deaths I could have included. The episode, the Watchers on the Wall episode, that was such a great episode as well. The Hound vs Brienne, great scene that is. I think all the banter between the buddy journeys, the Hound and Arya, Brienne and Jaime, Pod and Brienne, Bronn and Tyrion, just so good. This show's just amazing. It's probably, definitely the best show, without question, on TV. Number 1. The execution of Lord Eddard Stark. It just cemented that this show would not give you what you want, who you are rooting for. Your favorite character, if they do something stupid, they most likely will pay for that and die. I mean, Sean Bean, you wouldn't expect him to die in the first season, but then again, it is Sean Bean. It's cemented. Joffrey is a little shit out of control. You can see Cersei in the background when Joffrey says to Ilyn Payne to bring me the head. She's like shocked as fuck. Sansa's there. Arya's there. It's a death that shocked. It shocked me in the books. It was hard to watch on screen, but it was definitely memorable. I think as the seasons has progressed, equally shocking or more shocking things have happened, but this death, I think, let people know what they're in for. That's my top 10 moments from Game of Thrones, seasons 1 to 5. Let me hear what yours are. Leave a comment, like and subscribe, and share. Peace everyone, do your thing.